Hello, sports lovers. Welcome to Med Sports TV. In today's episode, we are previewing the Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Callum Smith fight. But before we get into it, kindly watch the full length of the video and also subscribe to the channel. Adhere to all COVID-19 protocols so you can keep safe. Thank you. Now, let's look at the tail of the tape. Saul Canelo Alvarez is the name, and Callum Smith. They are both 30 years. Callum Smith has 27 fights, has neither lost nor draw, while Saul has 56 fights, has won 53, lost once to the great Floyd Money Mayweather, and drawn twice. He has 36 KOs on his record, that is Saul Canelo, and Callum Smith has 19 KOs. Saul Canelo stands at 5 foot 9 inches, and Callum Smith stands at 6 foot 3 inches. Then the reach advantage goes to Callum Smith, who has a 78-inch reach advantage, whilst Saul is 70-inch reach. They are both orthodox fighters. So that is it for the tail of the tape. This is how I see the fight. Saul Canelo has a better pedigree, more experience. He turned pro at age 15. But in this fight, he is going to be the smaller man, though he has been smaller men against the likes of Rocky Fielding and the Russian crusher Kovalev. But this is Rocky Fielding is not a high profile fighter. He's not as talented as Callum Smith. And the crusher Kovalev was a watch fight the time Canelo fought him. Even Anthony had almost got him out of there, but he used his rich experience and hanged him. So I think it's going to be a difficult fight for Saul Canelo Alvarez. I give him, though he has the advantage, he has the pedigree, he has seen it all, he has been in the mix with the top guys, so he has a richer experience. Callum Smith does not have that. He has not been at the top level before. The last time he was at the top level was against George Gross, who was equally watched as at that time, and George Gross was coming off an injury in the fight in the semi-final in the World Boxing Super Series against Chris Eubank Jr. So I don't think Saul would face so many problems because he's the shorter guy, and he would be coming in, and he'll try and cut off the ring in order to push Callum Smith to the ropes. But it is going to be difficult for Callum Smith because he has to keep punching, and there will be constant pressure from Saul. He would be cutting off the ring whilst he would be moving. So it's going to be a lot of mental boxing pressure throughout the fight. But I think the bigger man in this case, though mostly you favor the bigger man, this is a smaller man who has more experience than the bigger man, who has seen it all than the bigger man. The bigger man, though talented, but Saul Canelo is super talented. He has a good chin, so he would take one to come in, and he would be working on the body because Callum Smith would keep his hands high, and the lungs area would be there for the body puncher to take. So Saul Canelo Alvarez will continue going for the body until he's able to break down Callum Smith. I think that is the whole trick of the fight, and it is going to be entertaining because both fighters are fighting under strange circumstances. Though there'll be a number of fans that would be allowed. I think this fight would be on the zone. So if you have an opportunity to subscribe, kindly do. We would give you. I don't have the opportunity, so I'd give you an aftermath update. I wouldn't be going live for this one. So let's see how both fighters are able to adjust to the COVID period. Callum Smith took this fight just a month to time, and the mistake Canelo did was that there was no rehydration clause. So after the weigh-in, Callum Smith can blow up as much as he wants. And his brother Len Smith, Beefy, also stated that the Saul Canelo Alvarez, after both parties have signed a contract, well, they were trying to push in a rehydration clause. So these are some of the mistakes new promotions make, because Canelo is no longer with Golden Boy Promotion, who Oscar De La Hoya would have taken good care of all those clauses to prevent Callum Smith for having advantage. But Callum Smith, if he boxes well, he can keep his man at bay. But the pressure that he would be receiving from Saul Canelo Alvarez, both mentally and physically, would be too much for him to take. He has said that he's not ready. He's not afraid to lose his all, and he wants to be in the fights. He always wants to be in fights with top guys. So I think this is a good opportunity for him, and I think it's going to favor him at a point in time. And but you can't keep doing that against Saul Canelo for 2 rounds. He would always find his way, like he did with Kovalev Crusher. So I favor I give 70% chance of winning the fight, whilst I give Callum Smith 30%, because I don't see him being able to keep resisting the pressure of Saul Canelo Alvarez. If he's able, then kudos to him, but the pressure would keep on piling, and I think it would be too much for him, and he would break at a point in time. But if it goes 12 rounds and he doesn't get one or two knockdowns, we all know that the victory would go to Canelo. Another fight that would be taking place on the zone is Gennady Golovkin versus Sherementa. Both fighters are from Europe. Gennady from Kazakhstan and Sherementa is from Europe. Sherementa is undefeated, and he is the number one mandatory for Gennady Golovkin's IBF belt. It's going to be a very interesting fight. That would happen Friday night before the Saul Canelo Alvarez fight happens on Saturday. Gennady Golovkin looked in shape. Shermenta also looked in shape, but Golovkin did not make the 160 on the dot. He even beat it by few kg. So it was he looked fantastic, and I think he would be doing justice to Shermenta, and I think he would win by KO. Thank you, sports lovers, for watching. Stay positive. Au revoir. Bye bye.